We're live. Welcome to Westeros Weekly. It's not called Game of Thrones. Welcome to Westeros Weekly. Can't talk. It's episode 9, because it's season 6, episode 9, The Battle of the Bastards. Really good episode.
Yeah, top tier. Loved it. Probably my favorite of the season.
Yeah, super good, super good. Probably one of the best of any season, honestly. Like, top 5 all time.
Yeah,
Easy.
top five definitely. I still like Hard Home and the Red Wedding a little bit better.
Yeah.
The Red
We
Wedding was
apologize.
tragic. This was just epic.
We apologize here at the beginning. We have Palmer again, but he's got a shit-tier mic, so as you have to listen to the audio trash that is spewing from his lips, he
Does it
feels
sound
really
bad?
bad about it. No, it doesn't sound that bad.
Does
Like
I
nails
mean,
on a
like,
chalkboard.
like, like hearing somebody fart through a walkie-talkie all the time.
In my defense, I'm looking up how to fix it.
Yeah. Well, at least you're trying. But moving on. So this episode, we start out, with a little bit of a Dany scene. Surprise, surprise. We didn't
Yeah, I
see
was
that
actually
coming.
surprised. I thought it'd be an entire episode devoted to the North again.
Yeah, like a hard home edition, or the wall defense episode. That was a whole scene at the wall.
Yeah, that was a really good
Um,
episode too. I forgot about that one. I'd probably like that one better than this one also.
hmm I don't know, dude. This one was so good. God damn. But the
I mean, it was
beginning we
good,
get,
but I mean, it was predictable.
it was very predictable. In the beginning, we get Dany fucking. She's talking to Tyrion. Saying Tyrion's like, it's all saying going. It's going pretty well here, Marine. Except for it's crumbling to the dirt.
Meanwhile,
You cut out there.
Yeah,
they're
you cut it
throwing
right.
fireballs in the
Meanwhile,
city.
they're throwing
Yeah, you
fire.
cut out.
But
What did you say?
Me or Alex?
he's
You
talking to
cut
you.
out. We both said you cut out.
Okay. Oh yeah, I guess that I was making a joke. Like he said, everything's going fine. Meanwhile, they're getting fucking mortared by the ships that are right off the coast, throwing fireballs, raining
Yeah, that
hell
was
down
a
on the city.
that was a fucking cool thing. I didn't know if that was real or not, or real in life or whatever. But that was sweet.
That was.
Yeah.
Fucking that dude just fucking blew up. And he didn't have to come close to him. Those things were full of gunpowder or some shit.
I will say I really like that Tyrion got added to Dany's council. It really sunk in like how well they balance each other out for me anyway in this episode because she was like, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna gather my forces. I'm gonna go to their city. I'm gonna return it to the dirt. And he's like, okay, not a bad idea, but let's think about another one.
That'd be cool,
And
but we could probably go about this better.
yeah,
He drops a wildfire reference again in that little talk.
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
So many wildfire references. I feel like it's a fucking tease now. Like they are not gonna do wildfire. That's how I feel about it.
You think they're just building it up, just to
I'll
tear, just to
be
yank it?
really disappointed, but yeah, they probably won't.
They've done cock teases like that with the binging, before they stabbed Jon Snow to get everybody off of it. You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's true.
Benjamin was in the fucking trailer beforehand and oh shit, and then they just fucking stab him to death. I just feel like something similar is gonna happen. But
Yeah, I didn't consider that, but you're probably right. I'm expecting for this episode, episode 10, at least a small amount of wildfire to be thrown, ignited, set off, whatever the term would be. I do expect a little bit. I don't expect all the reserves to go off, but I would like a bit of the green fire.
hey, I forgot to mention that we're recording this cast on Sunday at 7 o'clock. But it's not because we didn't plan for anything. It's just because this is the countdown to episode 10. We're so festive, and not because we're horrible schedulers.
This
We just had
episode,
to get this Deadpool in.
This episode gonna be uploaded in time for the new episode.
Just in time. You won't be able to watch it all entirely, but
It'd be like a double treat.
yeah. But then you get kind of like that scene between Danny and the wise masters that we saw, and they're pretty flamboyant, like they just came off the Bravo channel.
I will say this: you are skipping ahead.
Am I really?
Is he?
A little bit. Before that, there's the whole thing where she takes the dragons out to fuck up the ships. I
No,
just
that's
wanted to
afterwards.
mention.
I thought it was at the same time.
No, they reject the terms of surrender, and then she flies off on the dragon.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You're right. Might be.
Damn, you guys fucking question me. I know my shit. God damn.
Did you rewatch it today?
No, I watched it yesterday.
Oh yeah. I haven't had a chance to rewatch it.
You fool.
Well, some people don't prepare. They don't bring their mics. They don't do anything. Might as well beat their dick all week.
Yeah, nothing better to do. We only do this cast once a week.
What else am I gonna do the other 6 days? Anyway,
What
though,
I live for.
my beef for throwing off your train. Continue.
These guys from the Bravo channel are trying to tell Danny what to do, and she's like, "I hell no." And then they fucking inject each other, and that was the funny joke that Grey Worm made when he cut both of their throats. He was like, "I make joke."
One of you must die.
I do say I like the way that she chose who died. Have them sacrifice one of their own and then kill the two others. Nice little, I don't know, not nice way to mix up that whole choose who dies in the group thing. But
That was cute.
real cheeky move by the breaker of chains. One of the things I did notice, and I don't remember where I heard this from, but the Black Dragon, his name is Drogon, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you guys notice that Drogon is decently bigger than the other two?
I didn't notice really he was that much bigger, but he is bigger.
I'd say 30 or 40% bigger. I don't know where I heard this from, but apparently it was mentioned in the show that dragons in captivity are smaller than free
Tyrion
range
said
dragons. Oh, he did, was it?
Right before he released them.
Oh,
that was pretty big plot point.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering where I got that information from.
Alright,
You must have been high.
Glad you brought that up. Let's talk about when Dany gets on the dragon, and then as soon as she gets on the dragon, the other two dragons just barrel out of the wall.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. She got on the dragon, and the dragon shrieked, and I imagined it was dragon talk for bro. And then the other two fucking busted through the wall, and they're like, bro. They got together.
Have they just been waiting? Did they not want to go out the whole time? What is this up?
They probably didn't have any incentive because their mother wasn't there, and there was no brother.
That's true. I mean, if they broke out, what are they gonna do? Fuck off and fly around?
Yeah. Go do what the other
They're probably
dragons did.
depressed.
Yeah, that's true. They got Stockholm syndrome and they didn't want to leave their prison.
Fair point.
There's a little plot hole there, but I mean,
Just a leap of faith. You work around it.
I could see it. It wasn't that big of a stretch. Just they can sense their other halves.
They are magical creatures.
They're smarter than humans. Tyrion said that when he was talking about that scene where they're smaller in captivity.
Mm-hmm.
They knew they just had to wait for the signal. And Drogon yelling bro was the signal.
They've been communicating this whole time on their little dragon phones.
I will say this too, that was actually really cool when you see some pissant squad of the Golden Harpies stabbing a bunch of most likely just unarmed civilians. You hear this roaring cry in the distance, and you see a bunch of just bloodthirsty horse masters running that way, swords drawn. The Harpies didn't stand a chance, but I like that
If they
scene.
were all Jon Snow, they could have stood a chance.
I like that though. It kind of reminded me that like the Dothraki are these crazy warmongers. It's a good army to have. A
I
shitload of
like
those guys.
I like how they're a reference to the Mongolians, but at the same time they just don't make sense because they don't use the bows, right?
Hmm.
So they're horse people who prefer to fight hand to hand. It don't quite make there's a little bit of logic there that don't quite make sense. You think the
Doesn't make
horse would be more of shooters?
That is true, but you could say like maybe on their honor they don't want to be cowards and fight from a distance. They want to get up close.
Yeah, but they ride horses in. Like they fucking cut people down from horses.
That is true.
I want to just note that when Dario chopped off the guy's head with his Eric, that was some of the worst CGI we've ever seen in the show.
Hey, they had to spend a lot of money onto the Jon Snow scenes, dude.
Yeah,
I'm sure they spent a lot on the dragons.
yeah, that's probably where all the
They had to cut
budget
back
went
in some
to.
places. They probably forgot about the whole scene. They're like, shit, we forgot to edit this scene. God damn.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't just throw up a prop head with a that was like the bottom was dipped in red paint or something.
They probably
Yeah, dude.
did. I think it was kind of cool how the dragons are still cool with following Dany. Like, they were like, yeah, she chained us up, but yeah, she is our mother-in-law.
Yeah, I do like that. It would have been real shit if we had to get through a whole plot point of her re-earning the love of the dragons.
A
Yeah,
whole
they were just like really angsty teenage dragons. They're like, God, mom.
But I mean, that was pretty much that scene really with Dany. They wrapped up kind of the Marine. Now she's gonna leave probably.
Oh yeah, but let's go to where she talks to Theon and Yara.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Why
that.
not go chronologically and hit Jon and Sansa pre-war?
Yeah.
Is that chronologically?
Yeah, they did do a cutback in the middle of the Jon Snow scene. It
Yeah,
was
it
Oh, okay.
goes Danny John, Danny John.
Gotcha. Okay.
so we do get the scene, the pre-war scene between Jon and Ramsay. Oh, Jon here, he's looking pretty cute. Still cute.
I did have a question. I agree. I did have a question about this scene. Something that was said between John and Ramsay that I didn't quite understand. So, when they're like enjoying a little banter before the war, John says, "Would your men want to fight for you if they hear that you wouldn't fight for them?" And then Ramsay says, "Oh, he's good, very good." What the fuck do they mean by this? Of course, Ramsay wouldn't fight for them. He's not a fighter. He's not a soldier.
He
He's a giant
means
player.
when Jon challenged him to a one-on-one, Ramsay denied it. He's like, I won't fight you, even though like thousands of men will die if I don't fight you. And that's what he
Okay.
means. If you don't fight for your men, why makes them fight for you?
Okay, that makes sense.
But they still fought for him.
Those cheeky bastards.
They still fought for him. They still died for him, and they still had their 1v1. It was never worth it in the end.
I would have liked a Jon Snow posse versus the Ramsay posse fight.
Ah, shit, Jon Snow's posse would have whipped ass. He got 1-1 in his posse. That's all you need.
He didn't have
No,
one
I
one
mean
in
the
his
people
posse.
who were on the horses.
Oh.
Like
Jon,
he had
Sansa,
the,
and
like,
Lyanna Mormont.
Leon Mormont, like and all this. Sansa and Davos. I think Davos was there in Tormund.
I feel like
But that
Lyanna
would,
would fuck someone up with a mace.
I feel like she'd fuck more than like. I mean, she'd be cut down. Don't get me wrong. I mean, but she'd handle herself quicker than the more 10-year-olds would.
Yeah, I'd agree. She would do better in war than the majority of 10-year-old girls.
She'd probably do better than Sansa if I had to get it.
Oh, I would put money on that. I think she'd fucking, if they had a fight together, she'd end Sansa with a neck snap, hand-to-hand combat.
I think it'd be brutal. It'd be like when John was beaten in Ramsay's face, but Lyanna wouldn't let up. She'd just keep going.
Bear claw.
Bear claw. Not this tasty treat, but the hand to the face dripping out her eyes.
Whew.
But Umber, that fuck. I don't know. They made Small John Umber just more and more hated throughout the episode. But he pulls out that head of Shaggy Dog, and goddamn, it's gotta be months. That head has to be fucking rotten.
It's a status symbol, though.
That's the time teller that shows you that there hasn't been much time that's passed. So that makes sense why something's not showing you.
I want you to shut your goddamn mouth. Stop not pregnant.
To be fair, though, I don't think a lot of time has passed either, because when Davos found Shireen's horse, there was fucking a small handful of snow on it. You're telling me when winter is coming in this northern part of the country, only a quarter inch of snow has fallen?
Okay, that was poor props. Maybe they dusted that off or something. The shit on top of that wood pile. Who knows?
Yeah, that thing has been sitting there since season 5. There's a little bit of snow on there. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Literally like a shot glass worth of snow. It wasn't even covered in it. It was just on the side of the horse.
Okay, so they're not the best with like being exactly right with time, but you gotta be able to see this shit. Not if he was digging through the snow for a trench and ran into it.
That's true. One of the things that I kind of thought about this episode too, that I wish they did some kind of interaction with. I bet Ned would have gotten along great with the wildlings. I think they're both simple people, and they both mean what they say and say what they mean. Though Ned wasn't dumb, the whole like how blunt the free folk are with just how they communicate. I think the two would have gotten along together well. And it's
I think that's just generally the North as well. Like, even though some of them are dicks, like Small John Umber and the Karstarks, and they realign their allegiance, they're just still blunt people, you know.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, they're all blunt. Like that's how they named their names, the first men. They were really simple people, so they named them. They're like
Bran.
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 I mean, like their last names, like Stark, and then, well,
argument fell apart almost immediately.
Well, I've seen someone on the subreddit say that, but now I'm thinking of like Mormont and Umber, and these aren't really simple names.
Karstark.
Well, Karstark's like it's like a sect of the Starks.
Yeah, like they gave him that as like the most allegiant house to the Starks.
No, like way back through the generations, they were Stark. Like it was like Carl Stark, and then it just kind of like over the generations, it just got shortened into Karstark.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like there was a guy named Carl Stark, and he split apart.
And then fucking what's the oldest son's name? The old Stark.
John.
Robb. And then Robb had to chop off that old dude's head and have the Karstarks against him.
Yep.
Robb's a damn fool.
Damn fool, Robb. You fucked everybody.
What I did notice
had the North.
He really could have. Like if he didn't go back on his word and he married the Frey girl.
He needed a bit of that Ned integrity in him, and he would have been fine.
That negrity.
But what I thought was cool is John says something to Sansa like, I'll never let him touch you again. I'll protect you. And she says, no one can protect me. I feel like her coming to that realization that no one can protect her, that's what kind of caused her to nut up or shut up. And that's what's getting her to think strategically now. And I think that in turn won them the battle. The fact that she doesn't trust anyone anymore, that gave them the edge they needed to win.
No, you're all wrong. When she said no one can protect you, she's hinting at Arya being her bodyguard.
I thought you were gonna say something as no protection as Ramsay didn't use a condom and then she's pregnant now.
I guarantee she's not pregnant. I bet she had access to moon tea. Like I just don't think she's pregnant.
There's no way if they were. They kept her locked up in a room. There's no way she. The only way she could have like
She wasn't
self-aborted.
locked in her room. She was locked in Winterfell.
She's okay. Since
She must have,
escaping Winterfell, I bet she's had access to moon tea.
I mean, she probably wouldn't have needed it. If she knew she was pregnant, she probably would have just fell off the wall with her and Theon, like on her stomach.
I imagine Ramsay just beat the shit out of her so much she didn't need it.
That's
Yeah.
true too.
A fucking good gut punch every night.
Every time you see her in the hallway, he'll think fast and give her a forearm shiver.
Go high and hit low. Oh, got you, bitch. You fall for that one every day.
Please, no.
But that really brings up, like, what is this conflict between Jon and Sansa? Does she just not trust anybody now, or is it something Jon did, or is he different, or what?
I bet it's just she really hates Ramsay and she wants this to go right, but Jon's just being fucking thick-headed. And she's like, God damn it, this isn't the way to do it.
I mean,
think Sansa
Jon's
was just
like,
being-
John's being fucking, like, logical, though. Like, when he's talking to her walking down the street, like, and she's trying to suggest, like, something to do, and he's like, we just don't have any men. Like, she's like, we need more men, and he's like, there's no more to get. Like, nobody will come to us.
That
And
is
she
true.
doesn't feel like dropping the Littlefinger knowledge, and obviously she knows.
It is a good thing that she didn't, though.
Why?
Well, because if she had, then I think there's a chance Jon would have waited for Littlefinger. He would have combined forces, and Ramsay still would have outsmarted him.
I don't think.
Well,
so,
yeah.
dude.
Well, I mean, I think Jon would have been smart enough to not tell Ramsay that he had him, just like he didn't bring one to the little gathering that they had. But also, when she didn't tell Jon that that she had the Vale army, she caused Rickon to die.
I think Rickon was dead either way.
I do too.
I don't think anybody caused Rickon to die, except maybe Bran when he sent Rickon to the last hearth.
I mean, at one point, you see Ramsay firing arrows at him while looking the other direction. Like, he was just fucking off until they were close. Yeah, until they were close enough that he could make it a dramatic death. But, like, so the reason I say I think...
It close enough so Jon would get out in the middle of the field and they can fucking just run him down.
Yeah, that's true. But, like, I think if Sansa had told Jon about Littlefinger's army, Jon would have waited a day or two till Littlefinger got there. And he would have gone in with the same plan. He would have just had more forces. I think he still would have gotten surrounded in that, like, Pikmin spear shield thing that Ramsay set up.
Without many forces, like, I mean, even though, like, they did get the jump on him, I mean, the knights fucking cut through Ramsay's spearmen like fucking pissed through snow. It was. I mean, they could have fucking done that with this, like the guys there. The only thing I could think of was Ramsay would have stayed inside if he knew they were all there. Like they wouldn't have fucking met them.
Yeah, that's probably true. But like, Ramsay held off the shield and spearmen until he had his wall of bodies, and that was after the two cavalries. How would you say that? Anyway. Cavalries.
The V comes before the L.
Cavalries. Okay, yeah, cavalries. I think they still would have clashed.
Can we just talk about the wall of bodies and how that happened? Like there must have been people.
That's not yet, dude.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm sorry. Let's not talk about that yet.
We can talk about it though. I mean, yeah, there was those bodies. They were fucking. When Jon's talking about it to Tormund about the trenches, he was like, "So we won't get pinched." And then Ramsay cleverly like has the bodies piled up into fucking walls so they can pinch them.
Yeah, that's true. That was smart.
That was genius, dude. Evil genius.
A lot of things had to go right though for you to kill enough men that they created like a 10-foot tall wall.
Mm-hmm.
This must have been. I wonder how accurate this was to like medieval wars back in the day. Because I feel like it is, but I don't know enough about medieval history.
Yeah, I don't know if they stacked people into fucking mounds. I imagine they were mounds, but I didn't 10 feet tall mounds of people during the fight.
Yeah, like I don't know how like you would have unless he told his archers to just concentrate in one area, and in that concentration they just kept killing this people in the same area, and those people just kept falling over dead.
They just kept climbing the bodies and dying right there on top. I don't know. I don't imagine the bodies would naturally get more than like 3 or 4 people tall without like, people stacking.
There had to be someone stacking.
There must have been some command by the Boltons to stack people up.
That's what the Umbers were doing the whole time, since they're like the big people. They were just like throwing the bodies.
But yeah, this was a really good like battle when all those horses are charging at John like after let's skip back a minute.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Stupid ass Rickon. Like I had him in the death pool, but goddamn, he couldn't have done any better than a straight line when he's running away.
Okay, so I might have chronology wrong again, but doesn't Tyrion and Dany's part come before the actual battle?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, so
Alright, force us to go back. We're already...
might be I gotta further rewind it. Yeah, I don't have a lot about this scene. I just I like the chemistry between Dany and Yura. Dany throws Yura those cocked eyebrow smirks, and Yura returns the bants with the whole "I'm down for anything."
You like that? Yeah, I thought it was so cringy, dude.
I like the connection between the two. I thought it was cool. They're both like sons of terrible or daughters of terrible kings. Yura wants to become the queen of her, I guess, country, so she needs the help of the conquering queen to do that. I guess thought it was kind of cool that the two met up.
Yeah, pretty interesting lesbian action going on.
Anyway, though, yeah, now we can, since not a whole
now
lot.
Let's go all the way back. No, I'm just kidding. If you want to go directly chronological, we'll talk about Tormund and Davos talking. Tormund's gonna pound some sour goat milk and get lit as shit before the battle.
The free focus
sour
so
goat milk sound like taste.
Oh, I bet it's awful. I bet it's almost undrinkable, except unless you
gotta
grew
be
up
chunky, like fucking cream cheese, cottage cheese, like cottage cheese.
I'm sure it is. I bet you're half drinking it, half eating it.
The chunks are where like the alcohol ferments at. Those are the good parts.
That's what you want. But yeah, I like how Tormund is like fermented goat milk, much better than the grape water you Southerners drink.
Yeah, that grape juice you Southerners drink.
I thought it was like it just shows how much it's like another glimpse into how hard the free folk are, which I like.
Don't have any grapes in the north. And then we get that scene between John and Melisandre, where he's like, "Why'd you bring me back? It's been many, many episodes, but I just now want to ask again."
I like how he's like, "If I die, don't bring me back," and she's like, "I didn't do shit. It's all the Lord of Light." He's like, "Yeah, okay, I get it, but don't fucking bring me back." He's like, "I don't know. It's not up to me."
He's like, "You better not bring me back, you bitch." Ain't nothing to stop her.
I'm gonna die with a dagger in my hand, so if I come back, I can immediately stab you.
It's like the first thing I do when I come back. I'm gonna cut you down, bitch.
That was actually
Johnson.
Before the battle started, one of the things I thought was really weird is I'm surprised they didn't give 1-1 any armor
or a weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got like clothes on. I was gonna say the same thing too. Like maybe a fucking tree. Like if they give him a tree like trunk, he'd be the best like fighter.
Yeah, he'd have.
But they didn't give him anything.
I'm sure that the forces I'm sure they couldn't have afforded or had the time to build him armor, but at the very least, like, Maybe give him thicker clothes or something. Give him more tarps to put over his head and chest. Because he was a fucking pincushion towards the end there. He really took a lot of blows.
Hold on, dude, you're going too far.
Wait, one
And
woman died? No.
they gave him a tree trunk, and when all those people surrounded him, all he could have done is just sweep him out of the way.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
eventually
that's
picks
true.
up a weapon, like he picks up something and starts swatting him.
Picks up a shield. Like a
Yeah.
big shield.
But, fuck.
He could have broken a catapult and used the catapult arm as a fucking as like a big ass spoon weapon.
Yeah.
Do they have catapults right here?
I'm sure there was one somewhere.
At the very, yeah, they should have been done something. At the very least, he should have just yanked a tree out of the ground. Like,
Poor planning on one's part.
Poor planning.
That
He's a giant, but doesn't have a giant brain.
that fucking half crescent thing that Ramsay's Pikmin got. If one had even a small tree, that thing would have been dispersed immediately.
He just starts swinging, start sweeping them out the way.
They really underutilized the last giant in existence.
he could have just like got on the ground and started rolling around. Like he would have been unstoppable then too.
If he just
Or
started
can he
breakdancing
not
while he was
jump?
surrounded, they couldn't have done anything.
Could he not jump? Like, I feel like he could clear those 3 feet spears, like, stomp fucking everybody to death.
Yeah, dude, just belly flop on top of it. There's so many ways that he could have completely turned the tide.
Not belly flop. Like, you just roll over him.
As far as giants go, one must not have been a fighter. He must have been like a farmer or something.
In giant land, he was just a shoemaker.
He was the
Gobbler.
High Sparrow of giants.
But, Stannis finds that stag.
Yep.
I don't want to set it up for later, but I think this person's going to be in my Deadpool. Melisandre trial in the north relative to the Cersei trial in the south next episode.
Ooh.
Yeah, not to throw a little conflict there. Melisandre's in my Deadpool too. I feel like Davos is gonna fucking end her this episode.
I don't.
I don't know.
I don't think Davos is gonna do it.
Do you think it's gonna be a trial?
Yeah.
Fuck it, we'll get to that when we get to the
Yeah.
Deadpool.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that. In a bit.
I will say this too that I really like that Ramsay did before the battle. He flayed a bunch of people and lit them on fire as like a as just an intimidation tactic.
I considered it a barbecue. You know, that's what I was feeling. Like it was Ramsey barbecue, 4th of July. Come on out.
How do you think he picked the people to do it? Do you think he just made them draw straws?
I was
we
thinking
need a
about
couple
that.
guys. We're gonna flame.
I assumed, like, my first thought would be you just go to the prison, but knowing Ramsay,
I feel like with a battle coming, he just like goes to the prison. He's like, "All right, everybody, your time's up. Process is done. Everybody's getting flayed. We need more room in the jail."
More room.
okay. So I know this kind of sucks, but you're gonna look fantastic on the battlefield. It's gonna really strike fear into the hearts of the enemies.
You see, like, I don't know if you guys saw the picture, but like someone took a picture of it, and they were saying that he was using the flays, like the crosses, as like distance markers for when he was like shooting.
Okay.
Oh,
And then,
that's interesting.
Rickon doesn't learn how to run serpentine.
Yeah, I have that word for word in my notes. I said he wasn't going to grow up to be a great fighter or strategist anyway because he didn't know to run fucking serpentine.
He just runs straight, like the worst kind of thing you could have done. In Apocalypse Now, the Mayans knew how to run in zigzags when they run away from spears. And this cultured kid who knows battle strategy doesn't know to run side to side to get away from the arrows.
Yeah,
That must be in like kindergarten Westeros school. Like you gotta teach that right at the beginning.
I'd assume so, but I guess that knowledge is harder to come by than thought. If someone's ever shooting arrows at you from a long way away, okay, move side to side.
I mean, it wasn't like an awful. I mean, it was a very bad strategy. But like, I feel like if you're running in a straight line, you're getting further away from him faster.
That is true, but I feel like that for a skilled archer, you're just a pretty easy target.
I mean, it's true.
Which Ramsay is a skilled archer.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite parts of this episode. I'm going down my notes. Fucking 1-1 Cole clocks the headless horseman's horse. That was fantastic.
Just fucking stuck the shit out of him.
I didn't notice it until the second viewing, but the rider on that horse, he got decapitated, and it was just like a headless dude running around. But I love
Yeah,
that
I
one
saw
where
that. It was in
uppercuts
the
a horse.
background of when John met fucking Tormund. He was riding around with no head. Before the battle, like I blamed the bad action of Jon Snow's side because they never had a speech. So, like that's what gets those wildling people going. They need a good speech, like Braveheart,
That's true.
and they never got one. So they're never pumped up. John really fucked everybody. Worst battle strategist ever.
If he didn't take off like he did, they would have won the war. I mean, they would have done better in the war.
Alex, on your screen, the guy to the far right of the top column, is that fucking Bam Margera, or is that an actor?
The top right?
The top right, furthest to the right on that row you're on.
That does not look like Bam Margera.
Looks like him with a beard.
No, it does not.
Maybe just. Oh, this picture?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the picture I had. No, that is not Bam.
Greg, do you know? Are you good with faces?
I guess not. But yeah, that really distracted me. I was wondering why fucking Bam Margera was there. So my next note is once they breach the wall. So do you guys have like anything else to talk about in between?
Hold on. No, not really. I mean, like the big battle happened, and it was a good battle. I mean,
Yeah, it
when
was
they
well
rode in on those
filmed.
horses and looked like we're gonna chop down Jon Snow, and they just missed him. Like the horses running into each other. I felt that was pretty good. Like a lot of the times they'll show that in war movies.
Yeah, it felt like a medieval D-Day, very gritty, very what I assume like it looked pretty real to me. I assume that's what battle looked like. One of the things I didn't understand, and this picture reminded me of it, some of the fucking Bolton soldiers, I feel like they can't see. Like literally the helmet rests at the end of their nose. I know there was
I
one
mean,
guy, I think he was about to kill John, but and Tormund saves his ass last minute, but he literally had the helmet down in front of his eyes.
that does happen in war. They didn't design very well. They just got some cheap discount helmets. Those are from a Conquistador movie, and they were like, "Fuck it, we're saving money."
That is true.
But yeah, this battle was like a lot of battle happened. It was good. Not really a whole lot to like speak about. I mean, it was like super gruesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like the most gruesome battle, and I think that's because like I mean what I've heard. Game of Thrones is supposed to be like an anti-war kind of book, and just showing the horrors of war, and this definitely did the same thing.
Yeah, I could believe it. This felt like a very gritty war battle, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was just super well done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
To that, I guess the big turn is after Ramsay sends his kind of Roman cavalry, or not cavalry, just Roman troops to kind of form a little semicircle and pinch John between the wall of bodies, and they start just stabbing the shit out of wildlings. And at that point, you're like, they're fucked. This battle's over. Nobody comes and saves John.
Then they have like a Battle of the Helms deep moment.
Yeah, and fucking smirking Sansa and smirking Littlefinger. They send in their troops.
I wonder how many soldiers they added to the mix. Did we ever get a number on how many Knights of the Vale Littlefinger had?
I thought there was like 8,000.
God
Yeah,
damn.
that was a bunch.
See, if they would have,
like
if they could have done this, they could have like charged in when Rickon was running towards Jon, and caught Ramsay's attention. Because she caught him off the guard, and Rickon wouldn't have died.
I
Sansa
feel like
tell anyone.
what they could have done if John would have known that they were coming, is John could have like got half his forces, hit them in the woods, like off to the left, and then he has Peter Baelish ride in from the right, scare all the fucking like Ramsay's people, and send them right into an ambush.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's true.
I don't think John's a very good like war commander. Like, I think he's pretty good as a wall commander, but not as a war
I
commander.
mean, he's only like 18 years old.
That's true. I mean, that's fair.
Mm.
It's not his fault.
I do have a question. So the picture to the right of the one you just clicked on, the one with Dany, a lot of people have been giving shit, like making fun of her whole Dracarys scene. Have you seen anything about that? Because I don't understand. Like, I don't know if they're saying it's like cringy or if it's just bad acting, but a lot of people are shitting on it, and I don't know why.
I think it's supposed to be more forceful, but I think that's just something you heard on Emergency Awesome.
Oh yeah, it might be.
Watch Emergency Awesome.
Yeah, if
I feel like he's pulling quite a few things from there, like just his subliminal memory here.
God, you guys.
yeah, that might be it. I mean, I do watch Emergency Awesome, but I also I watch a few other like unnamed channels when they talk about the episode. I don't know who they are, but it's
I haven't
just
heard anything about it except like there, and
Okay.
I think it's just supposed to be more forceful, and she just said it.
Oh, okay. Fair.
I did see someone saying that like all these soldiers are just slaves, and she goes around, she's the breaker of chains, but here she is killing the
Burning
slaves,
everybody
and
alive.
masters. Yeah.
To be fair, while they're attacking her city, she can't really give an existential talk about like the master-slave relationship.
Yeah, I mean they're following orders, but they're still launching flaming balls at people.
I mean, she could try to like use the dragons to destroy the catapults. I don't know how well trained the dragons are.
No, the dragons are just gonna burn people. I mean,
That's what they gotta do. It's their thing. It's their bread and butter.
The serial arsonists.
But so now do you want to move on to breaking the wall of Winterfell?
no,
I
no,
do.
no.
I have a big
I
complaint
have a little
about it.
thing where they're still like when the people come over the wall,
Oh
you know,
yeah, that's right.
Small John comes over the wall and it looks like everything's going to shit. And then we have the what I like to call the beard bowl between Small John and Tormund. I don't know if I can find it, but it's a pretty
And
good beard bowl.
Thank
Small John
God.
was whooping his ass.
Yeah, I thought Tormund was about to die.
Yeah, I'm glad Tormund really earned me that point in the death pool.
I felt like I was robbed of that point. Like Tormund cheats his way out, bites his ear off, and stabs him in the neck.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I mean it was wildling fighting. He said
Yeah,
the
that's
wildlings
true.
have no honor, and Small John was right.
Yeah, I feel like wildlings. There's not a whole lot of honor in their fighting. It's go for what you can, make sure you win.
For someone like Small John, who is like bragging about how he's been killing wildlings all his life, he really didn't put up a good fight against one.
I mean, he really did. He was beating his ass. I mean, he put up pretty much the best fight.
Up until he got stabbed.
And his jugular bit.
So
Did you guys see the
we
parallel?
rip in peace. Yeah, I was about to go to that next, but
Okay.
we rip in peace here, Small John. We'll never forget you.
Eat my ass, Small John.
But yeah, there was that parallel scene right here. That was a pretty good scene too when John's being crushed by all those people.
Yeah.
Like you really get like that was good shooting. You felt like you were suffocating too.
Yeah. I did. You really do, because I never thought like that could be a thing that happens in war. Being suffocated by bodies. But it was really cool.
Yeah, I bet in certain pincer situations like that, I'm sure a couple people get trampled to death when the crowd's like trying to move as one away from the fucking spears.
Yeah.
What a shame. But yeah, that this relation as to that scene in
Season 3.
season 2, season 3 of Game of Thrones when um, Dany's freed those slaves and they're rejoicing around her. I think it's the end of the season actually, or something close to it, it's definitely the end of the episode. And those the dragons fly off, and they're little tiny things then, cute little tiny dragons.
Not scary.
But here's a much sadder version of that, where Jon is surrounded by dead people and being stomped to death. I think they're really playing on the books, A Song of Ice and Fire, the series, and they're playing on the Ice and Fire line in this episode where they do the ice story and the fire story, and they draw their relations. It's pretty much planned.
It's pretty heavy-handed.
Every picture I get smaller.
Alright, so now you want to go in for the wall?
Yeah, sure.
Rip 1-1.
Yeah, that was a damn shame. I kind of figured he was gonna die, but yeah, it's really unfortunate that he did, especially after just being a trooper. I mean, he's lit the fuck up right there when he was trying to get in the door. Someone speared his ass and he just rips his hand free.
I feel like those arrows though, like they're just like kind of surface winds. Like if I shot you with a bunch of thumbtacks, right? Like,
I agree to that.
But
Just like little ant bats.
well, I guess a little stab, but it's not like an arrow in a man.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not doing the same damage, but if I had like a bunch of small razor blades sticking out of me, I'm sure after a while they'd really start to get you.
But yeah, giants, they're so good at busting down doors. Except that one that died trying to bust down the wall door.
Yeah.
They couldn't bust down that door. One got 2 doors under his belt.
One's a fucking champion at breaking down doors.
You remember that giant? I think we've seen 3 in the show. Like one died in the cave, or one died in the wall. One died, and that one got fucking speared like through the heart with like the harpoon gun. That was awesome.
Yeah.
You remember that one?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Can we take a second? Hey, just want to pause it real quick, and let's like give it up for your ad blocker right now. Going on 76 ads in the top right corner.
It's fucking going hard as shit, dude. uBlock Origin.
Oh shit, you have uBlock Origin? That's awesome. Yeah, that's what I use.
It's one of the best ones that blocks everything, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's top tier. I cannot. Everyone listening, all 3 of you that are left, uBlock Origin.
That is a lie. That is a lie. Nobody get uBlock Origin. Everybody, somebody else has to carry the ad weight for us. So it doesn't go down. Like we're skimming off the system right now, but you're helping it go forward. So thank you. We couldn't do it without you, the people who watch ads.
You dumb bastards. Thanks for your sacrifice.
Anyway, so, back to 1-1.
Rip 1-1. He died. Palmer, you had him in your death pool. You said he was going to die by 20 Boltons. You were almost there. You were almost there. And then Ramsay shot him one time in the eye. So, no. So you got 1 point. Just kind of, that was pretty much the end of our Deadpools, except Ramsay died,
Mm-hmm. I was kind of surprised Jon didn't say anything to 1-1, though they didn't really speak the same language. I thought he was at least going to put his hand on his shoulder and be like, "Thank you, my friend."
He was, and then Ramsay shot him right in the fucking eye.
Yeah, it looked like he was about to, and then he got ended.
And that stupid fool Ramsay, he didn't shoot Jon right in the heart when he had the chance.
Yeah, that is true. I didn't think about that. I guess, like, knee-jerk, you want to take down the giant, but it would have been smarter to get Jon in the neck.
Yeah, it would have been much smarter just to put it right in Jon's head. But yeah, Jon beats the shit out of him. They put him in the jail cell, and you know what happens from there.
when John was, we see the cutest dogs in Westeros. When John was fighting Ramsay in that 1v1, I was pretty surprised that Ramsay never went for a leg shot. He kept
Yeah.
it in like the head. Like I thought it'd be real easy to just fake a headshot and then get him in the knee.
Ah, I mean, there was a lot of lines there. Could have been done better. Could have been done better, but it was done. You know it was gonna
There's,
happen.
there's a little thing I just want to talk. It's not a big deal. I don't know how it happened. The shield that John picks up is a Mormont shield.
Huh.
It's got a bear on it. It's a Mormont shield. But like, there's no one really like. You see everyone come
They
in,
had
they just kind of
just
stand by
they
the
had
door.
just invaded when the giant busts through the door, he runs in, falls to his knees, and a bunch of people run behind him.
Yeah,
I
like,
thought all those people were free folk.
well, they
I'm
might
sure
be.
there was a Mormon in there somewhere.
Well, they
I don't know. There's
yeah,
only 62 of them. The odds are not in the
yeah, that's
Mormon
true.
favor.
Somebody could have picked up their shield.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's true. But why is it just laying on the ground?
I
Like,
don't
They
know.
died.
no one's
God,
died.
God, that's you're really, really being meticulous there.
I would like to
I'm just saying,
see
there's plot
the
holes that they could have
KD
done.
on. I would like to see the KD on the Mormons though. I want to know if they really were worth 10 mainlanders in that fight.
I wonder if how many survived, like 5, 6.
I
God
think.
damn it. They couldn't use this bitch better than they did.
Yeah, I mean his leg is taller than a grown man. Like there's better ways you could have done that. He could have strapped himself with pieces of wood as armor.
Yeah, he was really arrogant going into this without thinking that he needed anything. It really falls on him.
That's pretty funny. I love her resting bitch face scowl. But what I thought was interesting too. So I don't know if this was Ramsey just like really. I don't know if he was delusional or if he was just trying to put on a strong face in front of Sansa. But when the hounds start circling him and he's like, "They're loyal beasts. They'll never betray me," even though he
Yeah.
starved them for 7 days. I thought that was interesting because if he is like this manipulative mastermind, does he truly think that people can fear you to such an extent that even when starving, when desperate, with nothing left to lose, they won't fight back?
Yeah, I think that's the heavy-handed kind of symbolism there.
Fair enough. I guess thought that was interesting. Oh, also as I like how she like goes to turn away for a second and then she keeps watching, and then when she decides to hit that 180, she cracks her second smile of the season, two smiles in one episode.
She
That's a
hasn't
new
had a
high for
smile
Sansa.
since she married Joffrey. But yeah, I'm glad they have pit bulls in Westeros. I mean, I saw this death coming, or this death, I don't know, this death cause. I was calling it a while ago. I was saying Ramsay by wolf. I was pretty close.
Hmm.
I mean, I bet those dogs had some wolf in them, so might as well give me 3 points. But I'm just, I definitely saw the wolf eating Ramsay and Baelish riding in to save the day. I think we all saw that pretty much coming.
I didn't see the
It-
wolf eating Ramsay, specifically because Ghost was nowhere to be seen this whole fucking episode.
Yeah.
Well, this
Um,
season.
No, he
yeah,
was there this season.
Well, he's been there
he,
this season, but he hasn't really been there this season.
I think
every now and then you'll see him sitting behind John, but that's about it.
There's no interaction between him or John other than like that first time like Ghost looked at him when he came back.
I think the thing is when they film like the wolves, like I think they're actually filming like a wolf. Like they have
Hmm.
some sort of technique where they make it look bigger through like view and perspective, and it's kind of difficult to do the same thing in a battle sense and like hectic fighting or
Yeah, that would
whatnot
make sense.
in a straight line of sight. So there's certain scenes that they can't have the wolf, and
I would just like to see John petting him, but like we can't even have that.
the thing is, like, he can't touch the wolf because when they film it, the way they film it is like, imagine Jon Snow is 10 feet away, the wolf was going to be 6 feet away, but they're going to have the same line of sight.
Yeah, it's called forced perspective if you're familiar with it.
No, I mean, like, I don't care if the wolf is like just 100% CGI. Like, Danny touches dragons, but those dragons aren't really there. They could do the same thing with the wolf.
Wait, the dragons aren't really there?
You wait, dude. Are you kidding?
Not that I
Those
know
dragons
of.
were born. We saw them.
We saw him hatch, Palmer. God damn, quit. Okay, want to move on to the Deadpool?
Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the
I
Deadpool.
suppose John isn't really there either.
We're going to be John CGI next.
Alright, got me on that one.
Whew.
But yeah, we're gonna call this final Deadpool. Let's what's the counting at? 5-2-2, and now we gotta add this week's points in. We all
Yeah,
got the Ramsey point, and we all got 1 point, so we all got 2 points. So it is
God
at
damn it. 7-4.
7-4-4. 7-4-4.
This
Alright.
is bullshit.
We done
You
pretty
got
shit.
that one sweet ass call, and now we all get points the same rate together.
Yeah, we're not very good at picking deaths, even though there hasn't been a lot of deaths in the last few episodes.
Yeah, I still blame that dry spell, but so who wants to go first?
I went first last week, so when y'all.
I'll go first. I'm gonna call Melisandre.
Fair enough. By
Like,
who? Or in what way?
By Jon Snow decapitation.
Ooh, Melisandre Jon Snow decapitation.
is that a ball sack?
Where,
I hope so. That's an ass.
that's an ass.
You
You
fool.
You just see ass and you see ball sack. That's fine. I get
It looks the same.
Huh, I bet Dr. Sigmund Freud would have something to say to you. How many ball thongs have you seen?
I didn't see the thong.
a ball thong. Oh my! I didn't even think about like how to wear clothes on it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that, where the wildling just charges the shield and then gets fucking stabbed.
They're not the
But
same.
anyway, sorry. Yeah, for my pick, I go Cersei by Jaime.
Yeah, that's a good one. Probably gonna happen.
I think he's gonna stab her. My ideal situation is that they're hugging and he slowly plunges a knife into her back.
Kind of
Well,
like the Ramsey Roos.
The old Ramsey ruse.
Yes.
That's how I think. That's how I feel it would go, but that's how I feel it's gonna go in the books. In the show, like, we saw the trailer, and Jamie's at the Water Frey's having a toast. If he does a whole ass, I don't think he's gonna get back to King's Landing.
That's true. I didn't think about that. Well, I still think Cersei's gonna die.
Yeah, I do think Cersei's gonna die.
Okay, my turn.
Yeah.
Were you gonna say something?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I was listening to, I think I was watching a video about Game of Thrones the other day, and someone mentioned how they think a lot of the things the show is doing is they're gonna deliberately go in the opposite direction of the books so they don't spoil it for book readers and George, since they do know what's gonna happen. It'd be a real dick move if they were to kill Cersei by Jaime, and then just that'd be ruined for the readers.
We talked about that sometime recently.
Yeah, we talked about it a moment ago. I feel like I know they know the ending, but I feel like they don't know all the details of everything that's going to happen along the way. Like they just know like the Night King is going to sit on the Game of Thrones. Sit on the
George
throne.
hasn't written it all the way yet, so.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think he's told them every like single thing that's going to happen. Like.
Yeah.
That's true.
Even though he doesn't know it himself.
Make your pick, Paul.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Tommen.
God damn it.
By Robert Strong.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking cool.
What I think is going to happen is somehow Tommen learns of his illegitimization, and he pulls a Joffrey and slaps Cersei, and then the Mountain's like, and then he like
and then he slaps Tommen into a fucking wall.
yeah,
Slaps Tommen's head off, snaps his neck.
yeah, basically like that.
God, I imagine Tommen, that little child, getting slapped by the Mountain. He would like his head would fucking go Exorcist. His head would pop a 180, and I think his body would just ragdoll out 4 feet behind him.
Probably.
That'd be an intense slap.
So, we've been calling this guy all season.
God damn it.
And, like, I feel like I want to call him because he's got a good chance to die. But at the same time, I feel like how it's going to go in the show is, like, they're going to have all this tension. They're going to have Lancel. They're going to read him his verdict. He's free to go. You know, like, we forgive you. You renounce your vows. You leave.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, they're going to think the same with, like, Cersei. And you're like, oh, Cersei's going to get off. And then they're like, no, we're going to kill your ass. You know, like, they just switch up the whole verdict.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you talking about Lancel or Loras?
I think Loras.
Well, I mean, Loras. So, yeah, I feel like Loras is going to die.
Okay, well, I am now officially out of backups. I have a second pick, but I don't have a third.
I gotta say his death, though. I don't know how he's going to die.
Oh, yeah, go. I'm just saying I'm now out of backup, so I gotta think of a third. How do you think he's going to die? I'd assume it'd be like standard execution method.
Standard execution. I don't know how they do it, though. I mean, how the sparrows do it. Probably beheading. I'm just going to go with beheading.
Yeah.
I'm going with a lot of beheadings this episode.
Alright, so I'm casting a pretty narrow net here, but I'm going to go Walter Frey. Just because I really want that bastard to die.
He's pretty old.
He is old. Whether by age or by someone, he needs to go. So since I don't know a whole lot about who's over there and who would be the one to do it, I'm just gonna say Jaime again. I don't have a logical reason why Jaime would kill him, but I don't know who else is around Walter that would want to. So Walter, dead by Jaime.
You could just say like spear the neck or something like that.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I forgot about that.
No, you already cast it, Jamie. I'm sorry, dude.
Rip.
Why do you
He's probably
think,
got a good chance though.
Why do you think Walter Frey's gonna die by Jaime? Their houses are friends.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Something insulting or something like that, or.
Oh no, yeah, that's what I was saying. I have no logical reason why Jaime. I just don't know who else is there.
Oh, okay.
I'm only picking Jaime because I don't know who else is around Walter.
The way they had that scene, it made me feel like they were gonna have like a reverse red wedding or something.
That's what I was getting to. So that's what I'm hoping. I hope someone's like the Lannisters send their regards and they fucking stab Walter.
That's what Walter says in the trailer. He's like, the Lannisters and the Frey send their regards.
That means he's about to take a knife to the gut.
He takes a knife to the back of the head. Yeah. I think Walter Frey has to go, like, for this new wave. Like, they have to get rid of the old conflicts before they start the new ones.
Mm-hmm. I just feel like it's his time. He's been such a sourpuss for so long. He can't keep going.
Mm-hmm. All right, Palmer.
Now this is gonna be kind of a big one, and I'm taking kind of a leap. I feel like
Wait, Jorah by suicide?
I still think he's gonna commit suicide. I don't know why you guys are like making fun of that. That's
the stupidest fucking thing I've heard.
No, dude, he has no reason to live now, and plus he's gonna die.
He has one reason to live. The Queen. They finally set her love to him.
He has two reasons to live, the Queen, and she gave him a mission.
There's no real reason or way he's gonna find.
He had no
a cure
reason
for
to live
Brandon.
when he got touched by the Stone Skin Man. He would have committed suicide then.
He had a reason to live. He was going to save Dany, but now Dany's saved. Now he doesn't have a reason.
She wasn't in need of saving.
Have we
Yeah,
seen
that's why he went to
anyone
go.
kill
That's why he
himself?
went to go save her. Him and Dario went to go find her.
Have we seen anyone kill themselves in the
No,
show yet?
I'm talking about when the Stone Skin Men touched Jorah before they even got into slavery and got sold.
Right. He got it then.
He should have committed suicide on that beach when he pulled up his sleeve and saw he had stone skin and had been exiled.
No.
Yeah, yeah. At the time, he thought Tyrion was going to be his ticket back into Dany's favor.
Okay.
But no, they're on good terms. Everything's fine. He has no more reason to live. Okay. For my pick, I'm gonna say Kevin Lannister.
Oh.
By Varys.
No.
Varys.
Wow, that really is out there. Walk me through your process.
That's how it ends in the last book.
You
Thanks for
asshole.
spoiling it for us all.
I told you guys were going to say it, and y'all were like, I told you guys were going to spoil it, and y'all were like, just save it for your Deadpool. I was like, alright, I'll just save it for my Deadpool.
But you told us that happens in the book.
Come on, I told you guys so
You
much.
didn't have to say that shit, though.
Well, he said, walk me through your process of why you think that, and I was like, oh, it just happens in the book.
Fair enough. But, Alex, who's your third pick?
Hold on, send a text message.
Who you been text sensitive much recently?
I think you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
But, for my last pick, I'll go with...
Should we shout her out on air, since he watches the show now?
Or he. Don't be an asshole.
Yeah, or he. I'm sorry.
Or they, gender neutral pronouns.
Or the.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with Sep Una.
God damn it.
By Wildfire.
You bitch. Okay, fine. Then I'll go Lancel by Wildfire.
Not Lancel, he's the best Lannister.
I'm gonna say Pycelle, also by Varys.
Does Varys stab him, or does he hire someone to do it, or does he poison him?
No, he shoots him with a crossbow.
It's pretty ballsy, Varys.
Call back to Tyrion. Yeah, that is ballsy. Why? Does he run out of time? Like, I feel like that's so unlike Varys.
Well, this is the first part in the books where you see his little birds and that they're actually children. It's a very weird scene, but basically it's a Kevin Lannister POV, and he's walking and they're like, "Oh, Pycelle wants to see you," and this is when you learn that the winter's come and they sent the White Raven, and he goes up to Pycelle's chamber and Pycelle's sitting there, and he's got blood everywhere. He's got an arrow in the back of his head. He's got a big wound, and Kevin's like, "Oh God, what happened?" And Varys is like, "I'm so sorry. This has nothing personal to do with you. You're just too competent, and you're gonna save the realm, and you're gonna undo everything that Cersei's been working on. Because she's been going like crazy and mad. She's doing everything awful." And he's like,
why does Varys want her to continue her reign of madness?
So he can supplant his choice for the throne.
Yeah, he can help usurp her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Kevin's like too competent, so he's like, "Sorry, there's nothing personal. You're just too competent."
But the big divergent here from the books is that Varys is in support of somebody completely different than Dany in the books. He's not really a Dany supporter, so when they kind of write that out, you kind of write out what's next plan for him, honestly.
I mean, in the book, he's not a Dany supporter, but in the show, he is, that we know, and so he could be doing the same thing.
He could very well be doing the same thing.
Like, he could just be doing it for Dany instead of Aegon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna be really pissed off if you get fucking if Varys does kill Kevin and Pycelle.
I mean, that's a long shot 'cause I don't think they're going to, but I've been saving this for like 3 weeks now. So
when he left, he said, "I'm gonna go get friends in the realm." Mm-hmm. I figured he was just gonna go, like talk to fucking houses and get them on their side. I didn't know he was gonna just kill everybody.
He might. Oh, what if this happens? What if by friends he meant? I just thought about this. He meant he's gonna go get his little birds back and he's gonna kill Qyburn or something, or him and Qyburn.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he meant that as friends, but
did Qyburn take over Varys' informants, or did he just amass his own?
No, he took over. That's what he said. Like to Cersei, he's like, "I took Varys' little birds and now they're yours."
Yeah,
That's
and
what I thought. Yeah.
the birds are like, when is Lord Varys coming back?
He was sweet. He gave me candies. 12 foots.
I can't believe like those kids. You can buy them for a pickled plum apiece. That'd be. I could easily have an army of children to go do my bidding. Whether I want them to sprinkle wildfire everywhere, fucking slip some poison into something, or just eavesdrop.
Could
Yeah.
you?
Why don't more
You don't
people
know how
employ
rigorous.
pickers?
You don't know how rigorous the process of pickling plums is.
Grab plums and throw them in a jar of vinegar.
You got to wait for months, weeks even.
Yeah,
Those
but once it
children will
comes,
starve.
tons of it.
That's true. Yeah. I guess it wouldn't be that hard.
We talked about kind of the heavy, like, in this season we've kind of been able to predict the outcomes of episodes and what's going to happen. Do you think they're going to throw a wrench in the last episode, or do you think it's going to be pretty straightforward?
I think they will because I don't know what's gonna happen. So an ending will pretty much be a wrench for me.
But I mean, like, are they going to do like something like huge, like Jon Snow getting stabbed or Red Wedding?
I mean, oh, sorry, yeah, Palmer, you continue.
I was gonna say I would like to think that they would, but I don't think they will because the whole season's been pretty straightforward the whole way through.
They definitely have a end point, and they're trying to speed that way.
Yeah. But go ahead, Kurt.
Oh, yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say.
We're talking about the predictableness of the episodes.
Oh yeah. For it being the season finale, I'm sure there's gonna be at least one thing that I'm gonna be like, fuck, I didn't see that come. Maybe Clegane Bowl happens out of nowhere. Fucking the Hound comes up and cold clocks Robert. There's I think there could be there's a couple potential places where they could have some surprises. Maybe Arya reunites with one of her siblings.
Mm-hmm. Now she'd have to move at the speed of fucking light to make it all the way to Westeros in an episode.
Is it an episode though? I mean, it could be some time between the episodes, just like Theon and Yara going
all the way to Westeros.
How far is Westeros and Essos? Is that like a week-long journey?
It's called
they
the
gotta sail across the ocean.
Wait, but it's a small ocean.
Still sailing.
I mean, the power of plot, dude. They could get over there really fast.
Yeah. I don't think she's gonna make it this season. She'll probably be on a ship. Probably be on the ship with a bunch of fucking Dany's forces. But
that'd be really awesome if she just found herself on Dany's massive ass army. Well, wait, I thought she's already left Essos. Is she in Bravos or Essos?
Bravos.
Bravos
Essos is the continent.
Yeah, Bravos is in Essos.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought she's already left Bravos. She paid that fuck like, hey, give me passage tomorrow.
And then she got stabbed and fell asleep and had to recover.
And a massive recovery. A huge recovery. Overnight, even. Over a nap, really.
I think that was applied like there was in time there. I don't know how the Waith didn't track her down instantly, but I think
I kind of assumed she was out for at least 2 or 3 days. Like the milk of the poppy fucking comatose her ass.
Yeah. I don't know. She got up that quick. That was pretty fucking crazy. Regenerative Stark powers.
She warped into someone that can heal faster.
Oh, that's why people call her Wolverine. Okay, now I get it. I thought it was like something from the book that I wasn't understanding, but
she had claws or something.
It's her adamantium claws, dumbass. Haven't you been paying attention?
Now I get it. Okay, that's cool.
She smokes a cigar and calls everyone Bub. I thought it was a pretty self-explanatory comparison.
Pretty straightforward right there. The episode tonight is going to be like 69 minutes, so what I'm predicting is we're going to get a little bit of everybody's storyline before it all ends.
I think so too. What's the rip?
What's the what?
Say?
Oh, what's the summary for tonight's episode?
Cersei's trial happens or something like that. It's pretty short.
Okay.
Like that's all they gave. Like they never did the last 2 episodes of this season. They didn't put out anything for a while, and I guess they put out some like little short little sentences, but they didn't have hardly anything in them.
They better
Last
not
episode
cock
was like
tease.
last episode was like the battle of the bastards happens, and then this episode is like Cersei's trial happens, and that's it.
What if it's like a legitimate trial and like it's just like a remake of 12 Angry Men in like the Game of Thrones universe?
7 angry septums.
Yeah. It's really just boring and tedious throughout the whole thing.
I would be really pissed if something crazy doesn't. Like, either the mountain starts fucking decapitating the Seps, the wildfire gets set off, Tommen becomes a suicide bomber for Allah, fucking
Fucking Tommen running in with his like vest of green wildfire.
By the mother's mercy and the father's justice. Boom.
The mother's mercy and the father's justice. I pray to the stranger.
What if Arya goes to King's Landing and then she's like, she kills Cersei?
What if Arya becomes a sept, goes to King's Landing, learns how to integrate herself as a little guy, and then kills Cersei in one episode?
And then Jaqen removes the Arya face to reveal it was him all along. Perfect ending.
And then Jaqen pulls the face off of Cersei and it's Arya. He's like, it zooms in on him. A girl had so much promise.
You guys think we're gonna see any Dorne or Sam and Gilly plotline this episode?
No.
I thought, like, in my mind, I felt like we were going to see some Sam and Gilly short, like, they fucking get rode down by the forces of Samwell's family.
The Tarleys.
Yeah, the Tarleys. Like, Dad Tarley runs and rides him down and cuts him down. But that's all I thought I was going to see. I was going to put him, like, Gilly or him in my Deadpool if you guys stole everything, but didn't end that well.
My backup for the Deadpool was Sam and Gilly meeting the Sand Snakes. They all draw swords and they all take each other out, so we don't have to worry about either of those awful storylines.
And how they wrap up those storylines.
Fucking Gilly takes down a Sand Snake at the same time. One takes
Surprised
down
none
Sam.
of you guys went for like Davos, like getting a revenge kill on Mel, and like they had to kill him.
I was going to, but you took it. That was your first pick.
No, I was talking about the Davos kill. Like they killed
Like if
Davos.
Davos were to kill Melisandre and then Jon had to kill Davos.
Oh, yeah, that would have been a good one. But he's pretty likable. I think he has some worthwhile experience. I think he's like too valuable to Jon right now.
Yeah, plus
Even
if
if he
Jon
does.
if Jon were to execute Davos, then he'd have the Mormonts rebelling.
Why would the Mormons rebel? Because he executed Davos.
Because Lyanna Mormont really likes Davos.
Okay. Yeah, well, there's
Sorry, that was-
3 men that can go to war if they want.
Alright, you want to call that episode?
Yeah, I think that was a pretty
Excited
good one.
for tonight. I hope this last hour goes through pretty quick.
Yeah, 55 minutes.
It's gonna be lit AF. And then when it all ends, the season's over. And you
And we have
have
to wait.
with my face win. There's 10 months left for the new season.
For the 7-episode new season.
Oh, so it's not a full year wait?
No, it's a 7-episode season.
And then a 6-episode season. Instead of one big 13-episode season to finale it off.
Those bastards.
And then we, damn those bastards! I'm so mad at them.
They're not giving us what we want. We are the consumer.
We want more thrones forever.
Show me how little Sam grows up. I don't care. Just keep the story going.
They'll probably do like a spin-off of some sort because this is like Cash Machine. I'll do some kind of Game of Thrones spin-off.
You guys see where Taylor Swift and Tom Hiddleston are dating?
Oh, really?
Yeah, my sister was complaining about it.
Complaining about it.
She fucking loves Tom Hiddleston.
He's not dating me.
Alright, well, good episode. We'll probably have another episode for episode 10, and then that's it. Rip in peace.
Up until next season.
Well, see you next week. Hopefully we won't record it on a Sunday. Well, it doesn't matter. There's not going to be an lapse. We may record it a month from now.
We may record it later tonight.
We may record it before the season premiere of the next season.
It's so